R&B money.
30s is one of the most honest records I've heard from a female artist.
From a female.
Because of the age thing.
Yes.
Yes, because I feel like women tend to stay away from that.
You know, I get a lot of what's the word? Massaging around the age. I'll be 36 in 2 weeks. I do not give a if y'all know how old I am.
Right.
What Adele said, I make music for the ears. If you have a problem with what I'm saying, I'm talking about the human experience. How old I am has nothing to do with it. I'm not selling sex. I don't want you to like me. I want you to listen to the music and be affected by it. My age has absolutely nothing to do with it. I could be 50 saying the same things.
Yeah.
I think the problem is that it's such a cognitive dissonance that people feel when they look at me. They see a youthful, and 36 is young, by the way, still.
Yeah.
But they see like a 20-something, you know. So like a lot of the younger artists, they think I'm their age. They think I'm like 23, you know, 25, somewhere in there. And so I think it bothers people when they realize that I'm a grown woman.
I don't know if it's
so? You think it bothers?
Yeah, no, it's like how are you doing that? How are you so youthful?
I don't think it's a bother. I think the system has just been set up to get all that it can get out of you, and it feels like, or what it's been programmed to feel like, is that by the 30s it's gotten all its need, and it's now ready to move you on to pasture and usher in the new, right?
Well,
and so
in other words, you're no longer stupid, and we can no longer take advantage of you.
And now we're starting to realize, we're starting to reshape that idea, because we don't really, I don't know if there's a acted, I don't even know if that's a thing, but we're not last generation's 30 and 40 and 50.
No.
And
We're
also,
just not.
I think the age of like viability, value, has been extended through TikTok and things like that, where you're seeing older influencers, content creators. You're seeing models now who have gray hair, you know, doing beauty campaigns. I just don't think that, like, I think usefulness and results are more valued than actual age, because there's a lot of young people who are just in the way. You're not doing nothing. You don't want to work hard. You know what I'm saying? You want to get paid and you don't want to do nothing. Right. Just move around.
You know what Tyree said, which was a great point? He said, during the pandemic, Versus was a very telling moment for the people who actually had talent and the people who didn't. And it reminded people of the quality that they had been missing in music for a very, very long time. And he was like, that was the reemergence of R&B taking a place that had been missed from it for so long. Like, we were, in the pandemic, R&B was mainstream.
Absolutely.
Mainstream.
Absolutely. Everybody was tapped into R&B.
Tapped in.
Yeah.
D-Nice, R&B, mainstream.
Right. Tevin Campbell was our biggest artist.
Come on now.
Tevin Campbell was the biggest artist in the pandemic. Can We Talk is the biggest record in the streets during the pandemic.
And coming out of that, it's like you said, now it's like people are like, hold on. Now they're not allowing themselves to be programmed by that age thing or whatever that is. No, we like that. We like the model with the gray hair.
What's making me feel something?
Yeah. We like these songs. I don't care that it doesn't fit in sonically with what that guy is rapping
and
about.
I can say
like
this
the
now,
song.
but like there was a lot of things being offered to me during hours and hours, peak of that song, where there was maybe some artists who were past their time in the light, but there were still legends wanting to work with me, and I was being advised
not to work with them.
Not to do it. It's like, that's not your demographic. Bro, I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about what experience am I having as an artist. I've always wanted to work with these people.
Right.
I've looked up to them, and I would hope that whenever I get to that place, that people aren't using that same fear-based. I never make decisions based on fear. So you're saying that I shouldn't do it because we don't want people to age me and think I'm old? That's crazy. I want to be able to say, I have a song with this person. Because in 10 years, 15 years, if they're not here any longer, that becomes something special.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I never make decisions based on that, but I do think that it's really silly that we have all these like limiting beliefs, right? That's so crazy to me.
Yeah. The most interesting part about that though is that it's usually older people advising you.
Right.
That's not the right thing.
That's your
because
own fear and
they don't
projection.
want to feel old.
Yeah, no, I don't really care about none
Right.
of that.
Yeah. You know, I can care too. It's about most of that they be talking about.
Right.
So for me, it's just like you have to, at some point, you have to take the stance of, I want to do that what feels good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, you want to have that experience. There are people that you've looked up to that made that phone call that you're like, oh, I'm going to answer that call.
Absolutely.
I don't give a damn if they ain't put out a record in 20 years. So what? They called me. I enjoyed their music. I'm a fan. Because that's the other thing I think that has happened in this business too, is that people forget that at one point, we were all just fans.
Ooh, yeah. R&B money.